Hi everyone, and welcome to part 8 of Let's Build New York Brownstones. So in the last part, we pretty much finished furnishing this apartment here, so I want to start this part off by showing some things that I did off camera, making a few final tweaks to this apartment, and then we'll be done with it, and we can finally move on to this area out here, and hopefully that won't take too long, and we can also start on the next apartment upstairs. But as far as what I did myself, I did furnish the bathroom because I mentioned towards the end of the last part that I thought I was just going to do that on my own to save some time because I really wanted to move on and kind of have things progress a little bit more. So I didn't really do anything too crazy with this bathroom. I mean, it's pretty basic. You got your toilet, you got your sink, you got your shower. And Skychime 658 did suggest that rather than using the can't even say that right. Rather than using the shower tub combo, I just used the shower stall instead and then put a pipe over here just to kind of make a little bit more sense that you would have this blank area in here where I could put the litter box. And I mean, with how I had to put the shower in, that is where the shower head had to end up anyway, so it does work out pretty well, and there should be enough space that your Sims cats can navigate into the litter box. I haven't tested that, but I think this should be fine. So that's pretty much it for that. And then out here, I did furnish this whole area on my own because I did mention before that I thought I was just going to do these hall areas myself because they're not really the most interesting areas to furnish, so we just got some carpet because this felt like an area that would more so have carpet than wood flooring in it. And I feel like this really kind of goes with that older building vibe. I really like how it looks out here. And then we just got the same wallpaper. And I also stuck these 3 mailboxes out here because I was imagining that rather than, like it kind of made more sense to have all 3 here on this level rather than outside of each apartment. So, everyone who's within this upper part of the building has to come here to get their mail. We just got a nice painting that's maybe like the building in the past or some historical building or something like that. And then right here we have the community board. So this is going to be the community board for these 3 apartments that are up here. So in these areas up in here, we're not going to have any of those items. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. But yeah, I thought this worked pretty well, and that is it that I did. So as far as the tweaks that I wanted to make, Millie G suggested that rather than using this wardrobe, that I use the one that came with movie hangout stuff because that does have kind of a more found furniture look to it, so I agree. That would probably look really nice, and I think it does have a wood coloring that pretty closely matches what we just used there, so we've got that right here. Oh, right, I forgot to put in my cheat, so let's just stick that in. Yeah, because I did get a stream, like one of those Elgato stream decks. I mean, I don't stream or anything, but it is really useful for cheats because you can just kind of have them, like, preset, like you can have buttons set so they're the cheats. So I just like hit a button to open up the cheat console, and then I hit another button to type in the cheat and enter it, and then it just makes it a lot easier, a lot less time consuming. I don't have to type everything out. So yeah, that's why I just entered that so quickly there. All right, so we gotta kind of readjust these. This one doesn't snap to anything, so we kind of have to leave that where it is, and then you are there now, and that's it. Yeah, I think that definitely looks a lot better and a lot more charming. And what else do we have? All right, so Emily Nicole suggested that I put a trophy on a shelf as kind of like a gardening trophy, like something else to add a little bit more flavor. So I think we're gonna actually need this. So I'm gonna get this back out again. And we of course don't have a trophy that actually looks like it would be a gardening trophy. So we're gonna have to use our imagination a little bit and maybe use one of the Get Famous ones and pretend that that's a gardening one. So we'll sort by Get Famous, and right, we have to put in the cheats to get that. But let me just use this thing once again. So we got debug and live edit. Yes, I also have those cheats in there too, so it just makes things so much handier. So I'm kind of feeling this green one, like green for gardening. It kind of works in my mind. So we're gonna size that down a couple times so it looks like it fits here in the shelf. So there we go, perfect. Yeah, so that definitely adds some nice variety to this, so it's not all just plants. So we got that taken care of. What else do we have? Okay, so a Fine Fox suggested that we take this and then move that over here, and that way we could fit a cat bed in the area where we just took that from. So that'll definitely work a bit better. And then as far as this cactus, I want to keep the cactus, so you can go over here. Yeah, that works. And we're going to move this in slightly, just kind of get a little bit more space. Right, that means we have to readjust everything. Okay, so you go over here, you go over, wrong thing, you go there, and then we'll just get these over slightly. All All right, so that should be good. And then we now have this nice area where we can stick a cat bed. So we gotta go to pets, not sort by get famous, and there it is. We're gonna go with this one. All right, so what color do we want to use? So we do have the green. I do like the idea of the green because in my mind that kind of goes with the whole plant thing, but I like this one. But I don't want to do too much yellow. Like maybe we should go with a different color just to add some variety so everything isn't so matchy-matchy in here. I kind of like this one. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so what else do we have? Okay, so the other thing was Millie G suggested that we take some of these hanging plants and then stick them in here, which I do think would be really cool. So I actually got these out ahead of time, so we didn't have to worry about sorting through the debug catalog to try to find them. So we're just gonna go Control 9. I pulled 3 out there, but now that I think about it, I think using just 2 would be best. So is that the height we wanted at? What if we lower that a little bit? It's kind of hard to tell. I think that's about, yeah, that looks about right. But that's it. So now we can finally move on to the outside area. And something I did want to do is change these, like these walls that I used to the picket fence. Because we had this one here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with black and then just replace this. And I'm just going to worry about the area of, like the area behind this building for now. And then I'll go through and fix up the other areas later. So we're just going to change the picket fence right in here. Because I might want to go with a different color for the other buildings. And I don't really feel like figuring that out right now. So we're just going to focus on one thing at a time. And then because you can kind of see through this, we're also going to need to fix the ground underneath it. So let me see, hold on. Yeah, the problem is like with the hill being here, it does make it a little bit trickier to get the wall covering right. Or, you know, not wall covering, ground covering right. Like it makes it a little bit harder to line it up because it kind of wants to just shoot off elsewhere. But that's fine. We can just kind of do this to fix it up a little bit. And I might have some more terrain paint back in here anyway. I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I definitely like to go with the whole plant, you know, plant lover type apartment thing. I definitely want to have more. All right, can we, what's going on here? Because I feel like yeah, it's like really, okay, what? Okay, there we go. This is being really finicky for some reason. Yeah, I just want to go and fix this because when I did that, I just deleted all this. All right, that should be good. So the next step is to figure out the whole deck situation because we, of course, have to have a deck going off of this. So let me just hit G, turn the grid on. And I want this to be either 2 or 3 tiles because, unfortunately, we only have 6 tiles back here to work with. So this is a really tiny yard. So how does it look if we have 2? I feel like I kind of want more space than 2. But I worry that the 3, I mean, we can do 3. Yeah, let's just do 3. Because it's going to be really hard to do anything if we just have the 3-tile deck. So the thing is, because of how small this yard is, we're going to have to take advantage of the whole L-shaped staircase thing that we could do now. So it definitely is helpful that we got this patch because before that, I was really worrying about how to fit in the staircases, but this just makes things so much easier. And I think we're going to leave it like this because the other option is that we could do that. But I think about how we have it here looks a bit better. And then we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, we don't need the walls under there. Okay. And then, oops, did not mean to delete that. Okay, and then this is going to go up here. This is where this is going to sit. And we got to figure out what we're going to do with the flooring in here. But I did want to have this ledge here. So I guess yeah, it looks a little chunky, but I guess we'll continue the same thing back here. Just so it flows a little bit better. Because I feel like if we use this, like if we use another one, it's just, yeah, it looks better if we just continue the same thing. So what do we want to have for flooring? I mean, we could go with the black deck. I mean, I kind of like the look of that. Like maybe an older one like this. Because I don't know how well more of a brown would. Yeah, like this, I don't think really looks as good. So we might actually want to go with more of a black. Or even this, like something that's kind of like a grayish shade. Like this doesn't look too bad. But I think this sort of looks better. I mean, you all can let me know what you think. We could also use this. This one might, yeah, I'm not really feeling the the brown back here. This one also doesn't look too bad. But let's compare that. Like that has kind of more of an older, like kind of an older dated look to it. So I think I'll go with that. And then for this, perhaps we should use a staircase like this, like one that you kind of could see through like that. I think that kind of feels more like something you would have on a deck. And then do you want to use a wrought iron fencing like that? Like to kind of go with the front? Maybe. Yeah, I think that might look pretty good. So I'll go ahead and grab this same railing to put back here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I mean, it's maybe a little dark, but it does go pretty well together. And I can't remember if I used any... Yeah, so we had these columns that we used around the front here, so we definitely got to continue this around the back. So that can go there. We'll just have that to separate the building back here. Let's turn on the grid so we can kind of see what we're doing a little bit better. Yeah, so this is helping to make things look a little bit better in the back, but I don't think... So I want to have columns to go under here, but I don't think these are a good idea. These are going to be a little bit too chunky looking to go under here to support the deck. So I'm thinking this one might be a better option. And then we'll have another one under here to look like it's supporting the staircase. I mean, I think having this more ornate look is fine because this is an older building. You know, this is going to have this kind of a thing. And then under here, I wanted to have some sort of, maybe some sort of like broken up stone flooring, you know, like kind of like, because, you know, I don't want to quite have like a nice concrete pad, but I want to have something. So I think something that came with like either this stuff from Get Together, not Get Together, this stuff from Jungle Adventure or one of the floorings from Get Together would work well. And then we also have this one. But I do feel like this one's a pretty good contender. And then we have this. This I actually like more. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that for the time being. But I do want to check out what we had from Get Together because I think Get Together did have some stuff that would work really well for this kind of a thing. Or not. I think this is actually better. Okay, so we got that. Do we need... Oh, what we can do is, like, because I want something to kind of separate this from the yard. So, actually, I should not have canceled it out of that. So something that I have done in the past is I've taken this... Where is it? There's, like, this kind of, like, stone border thing that came with Get Together that works... This thing. Yeah, so this works really... Okay, it's not gonna cooperate with me, is it? But this thing works really well if you want to have the look of something that is separating. The only problem is it's not wanting to. I mean, maybe if we... Okay, so if we hit Alt and move it like that, it's fine. But this just kind of creates a really nice border going between the different areas. So if we change it to this... Like, look at that. Look at that. That works so well to kind of separate this. Because, I mean, really what I want this to be the look of something that was maybe a bit more ornate and nice at one point in the past, but has maybe kind of started to wear down a little bit. You know, like we got the worn flooring up here, worn tile down here. So I think this works very well. And I want to put some sort of grill back here. So we could go with this nice colorful one. We've got this one. Although, in hindsight, like, you probably wouldn't want a grill. Maybe what we'll do is instead of having the grill up here, we'll stick it down here and it could be this person's. And then that way we have a bunch more space up here for all the plant life. I think what we'll do is we can have this over here in the corner and just take a plant and stick it on top of it. Like perhaps, where was it? Wait, what? Oh... Okay, I was like, wait, where do my plants go? Okay. All right, that's funny. I guess when I was making the deck back there, that happened. I was like, why is my plant inside of my chair? Okay, then we'll get that straightened out. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. We got everything back in order. We're good. It's a little weird. So I think this one right here would be perfect to raise up and make it look like it's sitting on top of this chair. So we'll use this. And then we could try to go with a color of this that we haven't used. Like, I don't think we've used the blue one yet. Yeah, so that's about all we're really going to be able to fit on here. Unless we add... okay, so I don't care, whatever. We'll have it be this color. And then perhaps we could take another one, size it down twice and make it look really teeny. And then just stick it on the chair. No, that's a bad idea. We'll just leave it as this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then I wanted to have some kind of table with an umbrella. So we'll go outdoors. We're not going to be able to fit one of these. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we do have this one here. I think this one fits in pretty nicely. So I want to have it kind of over here in this corner. I'm going to try to move it away slightly just so we don't run into the issue of Sims not being able to route around it. And then this one is another option, but I like the less modern feel that this one has. And then we also had this one. So I think one of these two. This one did have some nice, okay, no, I thought it had some like striped patterns to it, but it doesn't. I must be thinking of another one. Oh, it was this one. Yeah, this is the one with the stripes on it. Yeah, because I thought those would be really nice back here. I think I'll go with this one. Okay, so that can go there. And then let's look a little bit closer. So we got that one. I sort of want to have something like one of the ones with the darker wood on it. I'm going to go with the green because that just kind of goes with the whole plant theme in my mind. And as far as the chair goes, we can go with the one that sort of matches it, which was, I want to say this one, but I don't think that was it. We could also go with these ones if we want something that maybe doesn't match perfectly. So what do we have? This kind of works. I like that. You know, we don't always need to have things match perfectly, and this kind of looks like it could be a complete set in a way, which I do like. So we'll just have that there. All right, and I also wanted to have a light out here, of course. So I did use this one over here, and I really like this one. So we're just gonna keep it, and it can go over here next to the door. And then I also wanted to have another one down here in this area. So I definitely want this, like this deck up here, to have a little bit more of a, like, kind of like nicer furniture, and then this down here can be more shabby furniture, because the apartment that was down there was definitely for someone who I don't think was quite as well off as whoever's living here. So I wanted to show that a bit, and I could kind of see there being like maybe a little bit of kind of an annoyance between the two people who live in these apartments. You know, like the person down here could be loud and getting on this person's nerves, and they kind of like don't agree on how to use the space and how to share it. So yeah, I could definitely see there being like a little bit of a squabble between these two people. You know, where they're not really on the best of terms, or I don't know, you know, maybe they do like each other. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave a few of these empty, and then some other ones I wanted to make it look like there were plants in. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this area be mostly plants, because there really isn't a lot of space down in here for plants. All right, so we got that. And let's go find some stuff in here to make it look like it's growing in here. So I'm gonna size that down once. And then that can go in here. That looks really cute. And then we'll have another plant over here in this one. And I mean, if you do use this build and you want to make this a little bit more practical, you can always feel free to get rid of these. But, you know, just kind of for, you know, for show, as I'm making this, I just wanted to have a little something in here. And I know I could always go into debug and get some plants to put in here, but I don't really want to mess around with that right now. So we're not going to worry about that. And there was that, I think there was this wall decoration of a hanging plant, this thing. So that would, yes, this would be perfect. Although it's kind of cutting into this a little bit. So let's move that over there like that and see if we have a different swatch of it. I do like how that one looks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one, or this one, kind of leaning towards this one here. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. And then in front of here, I wanted to have some sort of welcome mat. So I think there was the one that came with seasons, I think it was, that had some flowers on it. So if that looks nice in here, then I think that would be absolutely perfect. So where is that? This one. Yeah, just something little. So I believe this is where the handle is. So this is where it's going to open from. Yeah, this. Okay, yeah, that looks really cute. We could also size this up once, but no, I think it looked a little bit better sized down. Yeah, so just got a little welcome mat. You know, it's kind of like a little mat to wipe your feet off, off on, when you're walking in. We don't have a ton of space out here, so I don't think we can really fit too much else. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna have to leave it at that. Or actually, we probably could just fit in a few more plants. I think what I'm gonna do is take that, and then I know I already used this plant a bunch of times, but that's fine. No, we only have so many options. Okay, so that can be there, and then we'll change it to the green, or actually that one. Yeah, that works. Okay, and anything else? Maybe this cactus can go in the corner over here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much good. Yeah, I can't really fit too much else in there. All right, so what do we want to do out here? So I definitely want to have, like, there were those folding chairs here, so I think these would look good back here. So we'll just kind of mismatch it a little bit. Let's use this one. And then maybe some sort of table would be good. Or I don't know, maybe we just won't bother with the table. Like, I don't want to have a ton of furniture out here for this apartment. But let's see what we had in outdoor activities that we could throw in here. And then we can have, for this area, well, I'm kind of, a cooler perhaps? Yeah, so I'm gonna just have that right here as you're walking out of the door. Something we could do is take that box of junk, the one that you dig through to find posters or snow globes or whatever, and put that out here because, they do have a small apartment, so they have to have space. Like maybe they just have some junk sitting out here that they don't know what to do with and they don't have room for it inside their apartment. So let me see if I can find that, because I think that'd be kind of a neat thing. And then I don't know if there's any other items like that that would work really well to have out here. Where was that? Okay, here that is. Yeah, so I think this could work. Let's just have it over here. Yeah. And we also have the, we could size this down, like maybe size this down a few times, and then that's like some sort of a electrical box, so that sort of works. And is there anything else that we can put out here? Maybe there's something with get together, like something like, I was thinking it could be kind of cool to have something that looks like maybe plywood or something like that, like just random wood that's outside, but I don't know if we're going to find anything like that. Yeah, just something else that looks like it could be junk, but yeah, I don't want to spend too much time finding that. So I think this is enough. We're actually going to move on to this area out here. So I definitely want to have some plants, and I don't know if I'm going to go fancy with having them in, we could maybe have them in planters, or like use the lower lying fence to contain it in, like it's just some stuff that the person upstairs is growing. So we'll do that. We'll use this one. Is this not gonna, oh, there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, this whole thing is being really finicky for some reason. And then unfortunately it's intersecting with this a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so we got that, and then we're just gonna fill that in with dirt and figure out what space is like. We could also have some under here. So I'm wondering if we can get that in. All right, let's do. Are you serious? Never mind, or not. Yeah, this is being super finicky. So what we could do is under the stairs, we could just have more of these, and then just kind of like put some. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if Sims can actually get to these. So what we could do is this one over here. I'll just stick a fake plant in, and then these ones can be free, so you can actually fill those in with plants, because I imagine Sims won't be able to get through that one anyway. Okay, so we'll size that down, raise it up once, and that looks pretty good. Yeah. And then just stick some dirt terrain paint under here. So let's change it to that. And then I wanted to have something. Yeah, it's not wanting to cooperate with me as far as like putting some dirt under here. Actually, I wanted this whole area to kind of have a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine, because it's kind of a, or I could use this one, it's sort of under, it's not going to get a lot of sunlight here, so I imagine, the grass wouldn't really grow that well. So it might be a little bit more patchy in this area. And we can also add some of those, like some of those gardening tool items in. I think those are from base game, so we're just going to sort by that to make it a little bit easier to find. Those might have been in clutter. Yeah, here they are. So we just got like kind of these gardening gloves here. And then we can have this over here off to the side. All right, I think that works. And over here, we do have this, like this, no, that's not the base game. The stepping stone rug. So we can just have a few of these going over towards here. Although I do want to size them down, so I could fit another one in. All right, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And then once again, I wanted to just kind of tweak the terrain paint a little bit because it feels a little bit too perfect back here. Like it just kind of needs something else. So I'm going to sort of add in some dirt here. And how would it look if I just did a little bit of that? I like how that looks. All right, and then I think we're going to have to touch this up now because I got on there somewhat. All right, and then this area is just going to be filled in with maybe a tree. Like I could use one of those smaller, like one of those narrower trees. Not that one, like this one. So I don't want to use something too big because I want to make sure it doesn't intersect with the deck upstairs. What about this? We also have this one, which I think actually works in the space a bit better. And then the last thing I think we have to do is just fill this in with plants and we'll be good to go and move on. Although, of course, if any of you have any suggestions for things I could do for this area, then let me know and I can make some final tweaks to this. But we're just going to keep it fairly simple in terms of the plants. And I think it's fine to have it look a little bit more nice and manicured back here because I imagine the person upstairs will be maintaining this and making it look really nice. So I do have some lavender if we want to have that back in here. And then what do we have in the flower category? Let's size this up. Or not, or yeah, no, let's not. Though I definitely want to have a bigger flower back here. So we could fit in this one. And then I think it's fine, yeah. I think it's fine if we push it back in here a little bit. Looks good to me. And then we'll just make that yellow and we're good. Yeah, I think this is done. Although maybe just one more of these planters back here. Yeah, just so we kind of have this area more filled in with this. All right, so that is it. Let's get a look at this. Something does look a bit off back here, and I think it is the tree. Yeah, it actually looks better without the tree, so we're just going to leave it like this. And that is it for this part of the build. So before ending this part, I just wanted to get a bit of a start on the next apartment, and I think pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark out the floor plan, talk a little bit about what I want to do with it and ideas that I have. So we're going to get rid of these walls because I'm not going to keep them. And I think I'm going to actually have the floor plan be pretty similar to, or pretty much the same as what it is down here, because what I'm imagining for this building is that one person owns these apartments down here and rents them out, and then someone else owns these three apartments up here. So like what I did with these apartments down here where I used the same flooring and wallpaper between them, I want to do that with these apartments upstairs, and because of that, I think it would make more sense if they did have the same layout. It is, of course, going to be slightly different because this area has to come in a little bit more because of, having space at the top of the staircase. But we're going to have the bedroom be the same size, and I think the one below was 4x5 tiles. So we're going to do that with this one and have this wall come over here. And then the bathroom is going to be like that. And then the kitchen is going to be here as well. So we'll have the same pass-through kind of a thing right here. And then I believe I did use the arch here. Yeah, so we're just going to copy the same thing. Yeah, because I think this layout does work pretty well. I mean, I guess ideally you would want to have the bedroom in the back of the apartment, but just because of the shape of the space, I think this definitely makes more sense as the bedroom, and then this makes more sense as the living area. Otherwise, it gets kind of disjointed and kind of an odd-looking layout. So, yeah, we're just going to do this and copy the same flooring and everything. Actually, before I get too into this, let me just put some lighting. I'll definitely move these around a little bit more once I really get a start. But, just for the time being as we're putting this stuff in, I just want to have that here. Yeah, it's just the same flooring, same wallpaper, same, I think we're going to use the same counters and fixtures and everything, just so it looks like they use the same materials, but I will personalize it more. So it's going to end up looking different, because this is, of course, going to be furnished for different people. So I think Yeah, I think this was the original light. Yeah, so we're just going to copy all this up here, and I'm going to get rid of the things that make it more personalized. And then for this apartment, because I don't think this is going to be one for a family with pets, what we're going to do is we're going to maybe have like a hutch or something back in there, but I guess I'll keep this and we can move it around later. And then, you know, I think the mirrors may be something you would bring yourself, so we can always pick a different option for that. But, you know, we've at least got a good start on the bathroom there. And I wonder, did I make the kitchen? Oh, we did make the kitchen a separate room. All right, yeah, so we're going to just copy that up here as well. And then I'm going to delete everything that kind of makes it more personalized. So that way, when we go to, I mean, some of this I might keep, but I want to just have a fresh slate. You know, so we're going to get rid of all the stuff that is more personalized in it. And just, where did this, okay, so the sink disappeared for some weird reason. Don't know what that's about. Okay, so we'll just add that back in. Or actually, I think I went with the gold. Yeah, I went with the swatch for it, I'm pretty sure. So we'll just add that back in there. Yeah, so we got the starting point. So we just kind of go through, personalize things a little bit more. And then let's get the wallpaper. So as far as who we're going to furnish this apartment for, I think we're going to have it be a single parent apartment. Because that was an idea a few of you brought up. So I'm kind of thinking maybe a single parent who lives with a toddler. So even though this is pretty cramped, we just got one bedroom, I think it'll be interesting to kind of figure out how to fit that in. Like, you know, we can have a toddler bed and an adult bed in this space. So I think it'll be like an interesting exercise in trying to cram everything in. So this apartment will, of course, end up having a bit more of a youthful feel than the one downstairs does. So I think it'll be fun to personalize the space a bit to that. And I just want to use the same, like, kind of try to have things in the same place window-wise. We'll have that one there. And then since we're not going to have a deck off of this building or this apartment, we're just going to have windows here. And the nice thing about this is that I'll actually be able to fit in a television into this apartment, because I didn't do that for the one downstairs. But since we don't have a door here, this can very easily be where the TV goes. And then I wanted to have another window in here, but this one I think we're going to stick down at the end, just so that way it's off of the fire escape here. So, you know, theoretically someone could get onto it, although, you know, they actually can't. But yeah, we're just going to have that there. So we've got our start to this apartment here. This is where I'm going to end this part at. Next time we will, of course, try to finish this apartment. Hopefully we can get it all the way finished, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I mean, this probably won't be quite as detailed as the apartment below, but I could be wrong on that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!